I always thought betrayal would be loud. Full of screaming, slammed doors, and broken glass. I was wrong. When it finally came for me, it was quiet. It walked right into my home, confident and cruel, acting like it owned the place. It was a Friday night. My wife, Lauren, told me her boss was stopping by. She said it so casually, like mentioning a package delivery. But something in her voice felt rehearsed. I pushed the feeling aside. I'd been ignoring a lot of things by then, the late nights she called work, the sudden obsession with her appearance, the way her phone was always glued to her hand. Love is a master at turning red flags into just flags. When the doorbell rang, I opened it to a man who didn't bother to introduce himself. He was tall, wore an expensive suit, and had the kind of smug confidence that comes from never being told no. He smiled at me, but it wasn't friendly. It was the smile of someone who sees you as an obstacle. He walked straight past me into my living room. Lauren followed, her eyes fixed on the floor. In that moment I knew. The three of us sat there in a tense, awkward silence. I expected some forced small talk, but her boss just leaned back, crossed his legs, and scanned the room like he was about to buy it. Then he looked at me, pointed his chin toward my wife, and said, "She'd be with me this weekend. We're going out of town." I planned to enjoy her company. He said it slowly, enjoying every word. I looked at Lauren, waiting, pleading for her to say something, anything, to deny it, to defend me, to defend us. She just sat there. Her silence was a confession, and it was louder than his arrogance. Something inside me shattered right then, but it wasn't my temper. It was the last piece of the illusion that I mattered in my own marriage. Her boss mistook my stillness for weakness. His smile widened. He started explaining how things worked in his world, how he rewarded loyalty, and how easily people could be replaced. He wasn't just telling me about their affair. He was threatening me into accepting it. I just nodded. Not because I agreed, but because I was done trying to prove my worth to people who benefited from ignoring it. What he didn't know was that I had learned a hard lesson years ago. I had installed high-quality cameras throughout the house. Audio, video, everything saved to the cloud. Every smug threat, every humiliating word he spoke, every look that passed between them, it was all being recorded. When they finally got up to leave, he had the nerve to clap me on the shoulder like we were old pals. "Be smart," he said. "This is how the world works." The door clicked shut behind them, and my home felt colder and emptier than ever before. But I didn't yell. I didn't break a single thing. I just sat down, rewound the footage, and watched. Without the emotion, it was all just data, facts, and facts are so much easier to handle than feelings. I stayed quiet all weekend, no texts from Lauren, no calls from him. They assumed I had surrendered. That arrogance was about to cost them everything. Monday morning, I was in a lawyer's office. By that afternoon, copies of those recordings were in very safe, very strategic places. By the end of the week, powerful people started asking questions. It's amazing how fast power disappears when a spotlight hits it. The investigation uncovered more than just an affair. It found a pattern of coercion, abuse of power, and threats disguised as business. Lauren finally came back when her world started to crumble. She cried, said she was pressured, that she was scared. Maybe she needed to believe that to sleep at night. I listened quietly, then I told her I was filing for divorce. The look on her face was pure shock, as if consequences were a surprise twist she never saw coming. I didn't hate her. Hate takes too much energy. All I felt was a cold, quiet clarity. The divorce was fast. No drama, just signatures. The house finally felt like mine again, not because she was gone, but because I had stopped shrinking to fit inside it. Months later, I heard her boss had lost everything. His job, his reputation, his carefully constructed empire. His own arrogance had pushed him off the cliff. People asked me if I felt vengeful, if I enjoyed watching them fall. Honestly, I didn't need revenge. I won my dignity back the moment I chose silence over shouting, the moment I let the truth do all the fighting for me. Strength isn't about being the loudest person in the room. It's about knowing your own value, even when others try to devalue you. It's about knowing when to walk away and let their own actions bring them down. That weekend, he said he would enjoy her. But what I enjoyed was rediscovering my own strength and realizing I never needed anyone's permission to stand tall in my own life. That was my victory. Thanks for listening.